Welcome to the Rajendra Tandon videos. Today's subject is Vali's wife Tara's grief over his killing by Rama. It's a literary piece in Valmiki Ramayana. The words are worth pondering over, the words spoken by Tara and later by Vali. To recall, Vali was Sugreva's elder brother. According to the narrative, Sugreeva had become the king when Vali had disappeared for a long time. Later he came and Sugreeva refused to vacate the throne. Vali took it perforce. Sugreeva became a friend of Rama. Ram helped Sugreeva in return for a promise that Sugreva's forces would find out Sita. Rama, as a result of this agreement, killed Vali fatally. Valmiki writes, learning of the devastating result of her husband's fatal fight, Tara rushed to the site where her son Angada was standing. On her way, she noticed her husband's guards running in fright like the deer who have lost the leaders of their pack. Stopping them in their tracks, she said, "You used to be the advance guard of Vali who was like a lion." Sugreeva, greedy to be the king, asked Rama to murder his elder brother. "Why do you run like deserters? Why don't you fight?" The Vanara chiefs replied, "Devi, you should protect your son who is alive. Rama is like Yamaraj, who struck down the huge trees, rocks and thunderbolts like arrows thrown by Bali. You please return and anoint Angada as the king of Kishikindha. We shall be at his service." Tara responded, "What relevance does life, a kingdom or even my son have for me, whose husband, Vali, the lion of the Vanaras, is no more?" Moving ahead, Tara saw Vali lying on the ground, smeared in blood and mud. Ram and Lakshman, accompanied by Sugreeva, stood nearby. I have included in today's video a painting to depict this scene and earlier scenes of negotiation between Ram and Sugreeva, and still earlier a scene of Hanuman making friends with Rama. Talking to her husband, who was breathing his last, Tara said, "Wake up, O king. You deserve to lie on a bed of luxury and not on this uneven ground. Discarding my body, why do you cling to the earth? You disregarded my advice and have been punished for usurping Sugreva's wife. You will continue to frolic with the Apsaras in Swargalok, who looking at your handsome face will be enamored of you." Facing Rama, Tara rebuked him, saying, "Rama, you have committed sacrilege by killing Vali, who was fighting his brother. Your act is condemnable. I can see that you have no remorse at having committed this crime, as a consequence of which I shall have to spend my remaining years as a widow. Angada, have a look at your brave father. You will not see him again on this earth. Brother Sugreeva, your brother, whom you considered your enemy, is no more. Enjoy your kingdom and Rama, your wife, uninterrupted." Hanuman tried to pacify the wailing Tara, who looked like a fallen star. What a simile. He said, "Devi, we reap the fruit of our actions, wise or unwise. Your situation is lamentable. Why lament for the one who has gone? This body is transitory like a bubble of water. Your son Angad is alive and looking after him is your responsibility. You are the mistress of this kingdom. Angad and Sugriva, both of them are in mourning. Kindly motivate them to move ahead. Let us perform the last rites of the late king. Then we shall anoint Angad as the king. That will give you peace of mind. However, Valmiki writes, Tara was adamant. She said, between having 100 sons like Angada and burning myself, holding my brave husband in my arms on his funeral pyre, I shall any day choose the latter. As far as Angad is concerned, his welfare lies in Sugriva's pleasure. His uncle matters more to him than his mother. Very practical words. While Vali was about to breathe his last, he opened his eyes and with difficulty looked around. First he talked to Sugriva. Affectionately and in clear words he said, I considered you to be my enemy under the delusion of some evil deeds done in an earlier life. We were destined not to live happily as loving brothers. Now you be the king of Vanaras. I give up my life, my kingdom, my considerable wealth and my glory. Please do as I say. Treat Angad as your son. He is brave and glorious like you. Will always stand by you. He may be young, but he is not a fool. Tara is subtle in her thinking. She is extremely wise. She can sense danger in advance. You can follow her advice without hesitation. Carry out the job entrusted to you by Sri Ram. Here is my celestial gold necklace wherein Lakshmi resides. Its powers will disappear if I die. However, if you put it on while I am alive, Lakshmi will look after you. While Sugriva put on the celestial necklace, Vali looked at Angad and said affectionately with tears in his eyes, Son, always try to judge correctly the time and place for any activity. Firstly, determine how much respect a person warrants. Behave accordingly. Learn to bear joy, happiness and sorrow as they come. Learn to suffer patiently. What words? What words? Be kind, generous and forgiving. You shall always obey Sugriva, and his enemies should be your enemies too. Serve Sugriva wholeheartedly and he will in turn give you all you desire. Never be too friendly with anyone nor be totally indifferent. Both these approaches are undesirable. Saying so, Vali breathed his last. Although Sugriva had asked Rama to kill his elder brother, looking at Vali's dead body, he shed copious tears. He said, Raghunath, Vali had spurned me and maltreated me. I was so angered that I urged you to kill him. However, now that the deed is done, I am overcome with remorse that might last a lifetime. Raghunandan, however selfish a man might be, he will not prefer his brother's death over the power and pelf of a kingdom. I never wanted Vali's death. However, good sense deserted me. While he played the elder brother, even while beating me with the trunk of a tree, I behaved like a Vanara impelled by calm, krodha and a fickle temperament. In the meantime, writes Valmiki, Tara approached Ram and asked him to kill her as well. She said, Raghunandan, if you kill me, I can join my husband because he cannot live, even for a moment, apart from me. In Swargalok, he will pine for me. Even the prettiest of Apsaras cannot entice him. Rama consoled Tara, saying, do not consider death as an option, O wife of a warrior. The Creator created this universe with joy and sorrow co-joined. Wise words. Joy and sorrow co-joined. We are subservient to His will and therefore we cannot overrule his dictates. Your son will be the Yuvaraj, and you will be happy as before. That is your destiny, Tara. The wives of brave men do not wail helplessly like this. To the assembled Vanaras, Rama said, "We have had enough of mourning and weeping. It is time to perform the king's last rites. Vali has attained moksha, having been killed by me." A celestial palanquin was ready to carry Vali's body for cremation. It was made like a chariot with a grand throne for the king, with its frame made of red sandalwood and lotus flowers, with shining petals, orange like the rising sun, used in abundance. Vali's body seemed like that of an incomparable king. Vanaras scattered gems over the palanquin as the procession moved forward. The surrounding mountains, writes Valmiki, wept with mourners. On the banks of the river Tungabhadra, that ran meandering through the Kishkintha mountains, the mortal remains of Vali were cremated with appropriate rites. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.